but I guess I must just ride. And darling, if I'm happy, what's this emptiness inside? I'm hung over you, I drink you in, you fill me up. You were the only one, I ran from you, didn't know what to do, but now you're gone, and all that's left is this song.
What is courage? Courage is standing up for what you believe in. Courage is turning an enemy into a friend. Courage is learning to avoid dead ends that will only lead you in the pen. What is pain? Pain is silence. Pain is violence. Pain is a lost soul without guidance, trying to find a way. Listen to what I say, and let my words take you away. You are more than what people say. If you can look in the mirror every day and say, hey, I love you, even if nobody else do, I do. And say, no, I'm not perfect, but I'm worth it, so find your worth in working. And we get distracted by negative things that's attracted, like drugs, money, and bad habits and bad habitats we learn to adapt to. And school is not an option, which is why most kids won't go to college, because their parents rather be their partners. Oh, it gets deep. The power of these words, as free as a bird that's sitting on the curb, like when your mom say, you get on my last nerves, we think, do she really mean this? Even though we know it's not true. And we need to change our oppressed minds and shift our paradigms, because they have brainwashed us with lies and would never apologize. Instead, they traumatize our people. Take us from a broken home and place us into a broken system and expect this to fix us. No, 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 not no more. It's time to educate the poor. So stand up if you want more. Are you receptive to what I'm saying? Are you taking it all in? Don't fall before you stand, but stand up for what you believe in and do it all again. Courage.
My time in the system started at 13 years old and ended at 16, but it sure felt like a lifetime. I was in Camp Scott when I met Miss Akuyo. She opened up my mind to meditation and self-expression. I remember Miss Akuyo telling us about her trips to Esalen Institute in Ghana, West Africa. I made it my goal to go to Esalen, and 6 months after my release, I was there. I believe that opportunity changed my life. In my opinion, aftercare is the most important. You can support the kids so much when they are behind bars, but the minute of their release, that support is gone. I didn't need to be locked up to do good. I just needed a circle of care that exemplified and encouraged good behavior, rather than try to scare me or threaten me into being good. So now I am going to be 18. I graduated high school 1 year and 3 months early. And I started private college 1 week before my high school graduation. And since then, I have never stopped working hard towards my success. Thank you, Spirit Awakening.
My name is Joanna Moore. I met Miss Akuyo Graham when I was about 16 years old, 22 years ago. She performed her one-woman play at John Muir High School in Pasadena. Soon after, a writing group was formed, and she was our facilitator. That was the first generation of Spirit Awakening's rites of passage. And I was proud and lucky to be a member. I didn't know how much it would change my life. But the messages that I learned there, the self-awareness tools, the critical thinking skills, and the unconditional love and support shaped me throughout my life. 22 years later, I'm now a teacher at John Muir High School. One of my kids here. In my first semester of teaching, one of my students was shot in the head, and another was brutally arrested inside my classroom. The police came in and asked me and all of the other students to leave. And I've never felt so impotent, because I'm supposed to be there to protect that kid. Outside, as the whole class heard desks shuffle and young men and older men yell, as we heard fear in the voices of my students and the police officers, and as we watched him shackled, leaving, I wept, and I was told by one of my administrators that that was inappropriate. And even though I didn't have tenure, I told him he was wrong. That we need to feel, that we need to see this happen and not become inured to the travesties that our youth are facing. Spirit Awakening Foundation and their various programs, Rites of Passage, the Spirit House, and their youth mentoring, they change lives. And they make a lasting change. They impact who each of us has become. We need to spread this as wide and far as we can. And it's through the help of people like you that we can make that mission a reality. Please, please, help us to help each other. Thank you.
Hi, a little nervous here. It's my first time up here. So about a month ago, this is my daughter, my beautiful daughter, Hannah Marie. And not just one, but two daughters who were in the juvenile justice system. So about a month ago, I'm always with her when she goes to perform. And they performed up at Judy's house, and I'm kind of sitting in the back. And afterwards, they were getting up and speaking, and Peter gets up and his big smile, and he spoke, and he turns around and he looks at me with this big smile and says, "Do you want to speak?" And I was like, "Oh, are you kidding me? No." But here I am today to share my story. A few short years ago, my family was in crisis. We really were. Unlike a lot of these kids, we were an intact family. Mom, dad, 3 kids. Everything went well. Kids went to good schools, trying my hardest. And Hunter's older sister became very, very angry. And she started using drugs. And we couldn't really figure out what was going on with her. And then she became very violent. And on the Spirit Awakening website, there's a quote from Martin Luther King that says, "Violence is the language of the unheard." And that's what these children are, the voices of the unheard. And one day after my daughter attacked me for the umpteenth time, I grabbed her and I just was holding her and I was saying, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And my son was there and she cried out that she had been raped. And as a mom, you just don't know what it does. So for the next several years, poor little Hunter, she didn't know. She started acting out. We all it was like a train had hit our family. None of us knew what to do. Very well-meaning friends, families, co-workers, people at church, they all had something to say. "Well, you should do this. You're not good parents. I mean, you must be terrible." I mean, it was just horrible. And then Hunter got sent to, as if didn't pour salt on the wound, but Hunter got sent to camp, and I was just like devastated. And unlike most parents, these poor kids up in camp, and I would make the trek up to Santa Clarita, she was in Camp Scott, to see her, and I would see the same parents. There was maybe a half dozen of us, but there were 35, 40 kids in there, and I'm like, where are all the other parents for these kids? You know, where are they? And that's where Akuyo comes in. That's why they call her Mama Akuyo, because a lot of them, they didn't have anybody. So I would visit Hunter, and she would start talking about this lady Akuyo, and she's gonna go on a retreat in Africa, and I'm like, I didn't understand. But what I do know is that when we finally got Hunter home out of camp, she was changed. She had a love that you just wouldn't believe, this love. And the love came from the love that Akuyo Graham showed her in camp. This unconditional love, this love that she shows these children that are so angry and hurt through writing, through singing, through acting, and allowing them to kind of find their voice. Needless to say, with Hunter coming home in a whole different mindset, it was like a miracle. Our family has started to see we were healing. We were healing, and she has been a part of Spirit Awakening now for almost 2 years, and I am just forever grateful for the beautiful, passionate, talented Akuyo Graham. Because without Akuyo, without a Spirit Awakening, my family wouldn't have been healed. I mean, we were healed, and I'm grateful for what Spirit Awakening and Akuyo has done. Forgive me. So we would just really appreciate your support. Thank you.
Good afternoon, my name is Donald Johnson, and I've been going to the Spirit Awakening classes at John Muir, and I'm glad to be here.
Thank you again for coming.
My name is Joanna Moore, and I'm a Spirit Awakening previous member and current facilitator and proud teacher at John Muir High School.
Hi, I'm Joy May. I'm a youth mentor and volunteer with Spirit Awakening, and I'm an actress and singer as well.
Hi, my name is Johnny Rivers. I'm 23 years old. I'm an ambassador for Spirit Awakening and a mentor. And I've been a part of the program for 3 years now, going on 4.
Hi, my name is Josh Elizondo. I'm 21. I've been part of Spirit Awakening for about 3 years now. I grew up in the foster care system, so I wasn't incarcerated, but I did experience a lot of the same system qualities.
I forgot to say that I also represent foster care. I've never been incarcerated, but I come from the foster care system.
Hi, my name is Christina Legre. First of all, I just want to say thank you guys so much for coming, and thank you so much for hosting us and having us and opening your heart to us. We really appreciate it. I've been a part of the program for 10 years now. Went into juvenile hall, met Akuyo. I was actually an unfit fighting life. And again, Akuyo, from someone who's doing 5 months camp to someone who's doing 2 years and looking at the rest of my life. She just has a program that works all the way around. It works for you guys. You guys are welcome to come to our Tuesday mentoring classes, and it's about awakening our spirit. It's about knowing our own power, and can't we all use that? So thank you so much for coming, and thanks for having us.
My name is Joshua Howard. I represent the formerly incarcerated as well as the foster youth. I guess I could say 25% of my life was given to behind in youth authority, and so I really represent that strongly because I see how broken it is to be inside, because I was taken when I was 15 and I got out when I was 20. And I'm 22 now, so ever since I've been out, I've been really advocating for more right to be held, for people to come home and not be, let the recidivism rate go down, basically. So.
Hi, my name is Kathy, and I'm the mom of 2 formerly incarcerated children in our family's healing. Akuyo and I right now we're working on a program for parents, kind of a support group so that parents have someone to talk to.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you listening to me.
My name's Hunter Marie. I'm a youth mentor. I actually brought the Spirit Awakening program to my high school, so I'm being a teacher's assistant right there right now. And I'm happy to be here, and I'm really thankful for everybody listening to us tonight.
We just thank everyone. Akuyo. Yeah. Aaron, did you want to say a few things?
Aaron.
Really quick.
All right, so I'm just warning you in advance. I'm kind of a crier. So, so I met, has it been 3.5 years? Is this on?
There you go.
Okay, I just talk loud. All right, so I met Mama Kuyo about 3.5 years ago. I've been out for going on 5 after doing 10 years. Like Christine, tried as an adult. The best, see, I'm trying to get actual words out. The best way of putting this is, yeah, I didn't go back for the first year I was home after coming home, after that 10 years. But I didn't heal, I didn't look in, I didn't find stuff that was actually wrong with me. Like,
We got you.
Okay. So, the traumas that you experience, obviously, they're not the same as a lot of the, the films and stuff you see, but worse and more psychological, and you don't realize it until you're sitting there by yourself going, wow, would it just be easier to go back? And the fact that we're fighting recidivism is so important.
Thank Alex and Stefan for your beautiful generosity. We just met a month ago, so thank you so much. And I want to thank all the young people that are here. They grow me too. They really do. I've learned so much from them, and I'm so deeply grateful. And I do want to acknowledge, I don't do this work alone. We have a beautiful board that now includes Peter O'Fallon, and just beautiful, beautiful people. Peter and Nabwire are here. The others couldn't be here today, but Nabwire and Peter, when you see them, thank them for us. And we have an amazing group of artists as well that we work with. Michael Dyer, Stella Holman, B.T. Taylor, Masauso Jr., you all here. They are. They're very shy, but they are there. Some beautiful artists that I have the honor and the privilege to work with that are so committed and so dedicated. And they show up. We show up whether we have a contract or not. We show up. And I think that's one of the, if I had to say what makes the program successful, consistency. I started this program as a volunteer because I thought before I ever write a contract or go out for a grant, it has to work. If it doesn't work, you couldn't pay me enough to do it if it didn't work, And